for the second step, create a menu.xml file inside the resource slash menu slash, say the particular kind of XML file inside that menu folder. You are getting my point now?
Yes.
So I have to come to that particular kind of file. So I come to the menu folder, and inside my menu folder I created menu.xml file. So I have to increase the size. Now you can see here inside the menu folder, inside the menu.xml file, there are certain items. Got my point?
Yeah.
So what are those items? Actually, those items are these things: bookmark, save, search, share, delete, and preferences. Got my point now?
Yeah.
So inside the item there are certain attributes, just like a button. Say just like a button. When you open the layout folder, when you open main.xml file, then inside the XML file, if there is a text view, then inside the text view there are certain attributes like text width, text height, what is the text has to be shown in front of the user, what is the text size, what is the text style, what is the layout underscore margin from the right or left or from the bottom and from the top. You are getting my point or not?
Yes.
So in the same way, say either the layout file or either the menu file or menu items also having certain attributes. So what is that particular kind of attributes? So those attributes are related to items. So every item having an ID, every item having an icon, every item having a title. Got my point or not?
Yeah.
Clear or not? Let me tell you. So every item should have ID. Why ID? Because if somebody click on that particular kind of item, there should some action has to be taken. So on the basis of that particular kind of ID, you can use r.id and dot that particular kind of ID name. You got my point, na? Just like remember, just like the button, or remember, just like a text view, we updated the text view dynamically. How? Because we given some ID to our text view, and on the basis of r.id of that particular kind of text view, find view by ID, and with the help of find view by ID, we converted into a text view object, and then that object has to be manipulated dynamically at runtime. Got my point, na?
Right.
So situation is same here. There is no any differences. So Android ID, every item has to be an ID, because I need to handle, or I need to manipulate that particular kind of item dynamically. So I need an ID for that. I need some icon also for the self-explanatory situations. When a user see on that icon, so the user can recognize, oh, okay, with the help of this icon, I can do that. And title, there should be something has to be written there. So title is required. There are other options also. When you put in cursor inside, and when you go down, and when you control space, then you will see, there are lots of options, lots of actions, or lots of options: action layout, action provider, action provider class, and lots of things are there. So with the help of that, you can easily recognize according to requirement what kind of attributes you need, right?
Okay.
So right now I'm not going into depth. I'm just giving you the flavor so that you can do some R&D and you can find out a different kind of menu situations. So Android ID, I have an ID for that. Icon, I have an icon for that. And title, I have to add title for that. In the same icon from where? Actually, icon I am using from the drawable folder. Got my point or not?
Right.
You already put a drawable and lots of drawable icons inside the drawable folder. So right now I'm using here icon underscore bookmark. I already have this icon. In another item, I'm using icon underscore save. I already have this icon here. In another, I'm using icon underscore search. I'm already having this one. In another situation, I'm using icon underscore share. I'm already having this share icon. I'm using icon underscore delete. I already have this icon underscore delete, and other icons are already available so that I can utilize that one inside a single item according to my requirement, right?
Yeah.
But after doing these things, you have to do some more things right now. So I have to come inside the activity class. This is the one of the most important situation where I need to do something. So right now, inside the Android main activity class, just before like that, I created the activity, extended the activity class, and I override on create method, the first life cycle method of Android screen or Android activity. Got my point?
Yeah.
And you have to again override a method that is nothing but called on create option menu. Option menu, on create option menu is nothing but a method that is called automatically, and whatever menu option you provide there, that menu automatically attach to your screen. So right now I'm using on create option menu, and inside the on create option menu, inside on create option menu, I call a class, library class menu inflator, get menu inflator, and menu inflator dot inflate which menu, r dot menu, r resource. Inside that there is a folder, menu folder, then r dot menu, and the menu file, menu.xml file menu, and this menu is nothing but this one, the method parameter menu, and then you have to return true, just like that. So Android menus activity, there is a on create option menu. Inside the on create option menu, we have to put our all the XML kind of situations. I mean, say menu XML file inside that one. But these things cannot, I mean, say complete our task. I have to write the third step. This is very important. So I'm writing the third step. Override the third method on create option menu. On create option menu, and then put the menu XML file, sorry, inside that. Got my point or not?
Yeah.
So this is the third step, but because see, you also need to do some action. This is very important. Do some action, I mean say, whenever a user can click on bookmark, there should be some option available how to bookmark. When you click user on save, a file should be saved. When click on search, a file can be searched. When a user click on share, a file can be shared. When a user click on delete, a file can be deleted. When a user see preferences, then a preferences can be set, right? Got my point or not?
Yeah.
So you need on one over again another override, another method that you have to override on options item selected. I mean say whenever user select any item, this method will automatically called. Just like a life cycle methods on start, on create, on pause, on stop, on destroy. In the same way, whenever a user perform or do some action on, I mean say on options, these methods are automatically called. So first of all, on create option menu will call, and second one, whenever user select any, I mean say any item from the menu, this method is going to be called. Got my point or not?
Okay.
An ID and the item that you selected will pass inside this method, menu item. Got my point? Menu item.
Right.
You are seeing this one or not? See the I mean say the parameter of this method on option item selected.
Yeah.
Just like a click, just like remember on click. So inside the on click you put in a parameter view. Got my point?
Yeah.
So view object is automatically passed. Whenever a user click on a view, then a view object is automatically passed inside that particular kind of method. So in the same way, whenever a user select any item from the option menu, then a menu item object has been passed inside this method. And now you can find out which menu object or which menu item was clicked. So for that you need an an ID. So you find out first of all the item, object, and finding out what is the item ID with the help of get item ID. Got my point or not?
Yeah.
Just like your .NET, just like your C++ library, there is nothing difference. Just finding out on the basis of the object, we just calling dot operator and just finding out the object. So there is a item dot get item ID. Say you just asking from that particular kind of item what is the item ID of that item, and now because see you given the ID for all your items. The first item is first item ID is menu underscore bookmark. The second one is menu underscore save. The third one is menu underscore search. The fourth one is menu underscore share. The fifth one is menu underscore delete. The sixth one menu underscore preferences. So all the item ID you already created. So now you just asking with the help of switch. I think you already aware about the switch concept.
Yeah.
So here item ID, see what is the return type of item ID? What is the return type of item ID? Can you please tell me?
Integer maybe.
Integer value. So inside the switch there is an integer value will come, and because you put it as see r dot id and dot menu underscore bookmark is again an integer, r dot id and dot bookmark. You got my point or not? So whenever a user click on item, the particular kind of item object come inside that particular kind of on option item selected method, and in the switch case, in the switch case control structure, we just asking from that particular kind of object what is your ID, and just matching on that particular kind of ID with our some predefined situations. So if r dot I do menu underscore bookmark, we put our action of bookmark here. For any other things, menu underscore save for other action, for search other action, for share action, for delete action, for menu underscore preferences action, and there is a return super default on option item selected at particular kind of item. You got my point or not?
Yeah.